Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Iron Nest. Today's beverage is a very hydrating and refreshing mixed berry infused sparkling water. So welcome back to the game. Previously, counter battery. We were doing the counter battery scenario, and this mission called for taking out the opponent's artillery before it gets set up and, well, shells O's. We managed to eliminate the first two of the three artillery pieces, well, with one shot. We got a double kill on that one, and then we followed up by taking out the last remaining bit of arty, which was all good. Give us a sort of free reign to deal with the other enemy forces, which after half of those, there was more artillery to deal with. So it was a bit of a back and forth between basically counting down the clock and being able to do things at our own pace. This is why there was probably a few more mistakes in that than previous. It's not my forte, and yeah. Either way, I'm glad we've done it, and actually, medals-wise, we're doing pretty good on that one. Destroy 3 targets in a rapid succession, salvo commendation, eliminate all enemy counter batteries with time to spare, counter battery commendation, and then eliminate all enemy units in the operational sector. No quarters cross. The only one we didn't do was the austere service medal, because basically I used some requisition or fired a few more shells than I shouldn't have done. Yeah, it was fine. Complete the mission, requesting only the minimum of assets necessary. Yeah, I called in an artillery spotting plane as well as fired the odd extra shell just for testing purposes with a star shell actually towards the latter part. Either way, pretty good. I'm glad I've got it done, and I don't look forward to attempting the skirmish challenge mode, which is counter battery timer. Basically, it's an endless mission until well, you can't deal with all of the artillery, and that's why I'm not going to look at that right now. Next campaign mission is the Iron Road, which is, well, yeah, the next one. However, we're going to take a bit of a sidestep and go to the skirmish chill uncontested front. Enemy forces have been caught mid resupply in an exposed position. No counter battery threat has been identified in the sector. High command has authorized engagement at Iron Net's discretion. Now, this is a bit different because it is a scenario that is endless. So there you go. Chill mode. This is a replayable sandbox mission. There is no end. There is no objectives. I understand. So you can still get some... Hello, generic cat. Hang on. Oh, there we go. Hang on. What? Oh, did I shoot them by accident? Sorry about that. There we go. Yeah. I don't... That's a weird way of holding them. We'll put them down. Yeah, so this scenario is basically endless. We can get some medals and such, but what we're going to do is just see what it has to offer. Naturally, we've still got all of the usual tools at our discretion. 2 sets of artillery guns. We've got the cogitator, computer calculator here, ballistic calculator. We have a couple of readouts, but I'll check in a moment. And then we have a set of requisition cards. 350 at this stage, which is HE shell, star shell, powder charges, scout plane, AP shell, cell or incendiary, HCHE, and the scout plane, which says uses 1. So we have limited uses for that. Hang on a second, why is that? Ah, this is 15 requisition as opposed to the 60 requisition. Interesting. Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is go over to the high command readout and we'll see what it says. So we'll play through this one for this video and see how we get on, and then we'll get back onto the campaign, but just a bit of a change in pace. So, high command to Iron Nest. Enemy forces have been caught mid-resupply. They are exposed. This will not last. Engage and destroy all hostile elements in the sector in detail. No counter-battery threat has been identified. Fire at will. Note, underground supply caches are present in the sector. AP ordnance required for their destruction. Cache destruction yields additional requisition. So Iron Nest is at H588, and we have observational assets 1, 2, 3, Glory to Castile, and then we will... oh, interesting. Reference point Alpha, and then you've got different targets. Okay, I'm going to come back to that one. Let me place all of the assets first. So naturally this is... is it H5.5? No, it's H5 and it's 88. So there we go. That is where the Iron Nest is. H5, 88. There we are. Observational assets. We will pick these up, and it's going to be 1, 2, and 3. And I'm also going to pick up this A site here because I think it was reference point Alpha. Yes. Okay. So go back to this mode. Yeah. So we got unlimited time to do this, so that's all fine. So we want C2. It is C2, and it is 2, 4. So C2, 2, 4. D. Hang on, I'm doubting myself there for some reason. Let me go back to this one. C2 2.4. Let's see. C2 2.4. That's fine. Spotter 2 is at D4. So it is at D4. And it's 6 2. So we are there and trying to mark them up in the middle. And then we are on B3 and it's 3 1. So the spotter 3, B3, yeah, B3 and 3 1. However, there is now more information to get from this. Let's get all of this information. We're going to be pretty much loading up the board here. So reference point alpha is bearing. Bearing, I can use this pencil here actually because we don't need to use range. So bearing from spotter 1, so we find spotter 1 and we go from here, and it is a bearing of 71. Oh, sorry, looks like this didn't do anything. I'm gonna have to go back to the yellow pencil. I thought the red calculates everything, the yellow is for distance and direction, and then the yellow is just direction, but I guess not. Bearing was 71. Okay, so I will go for 71 on the nose. There we go. And it is distance from spotter 2. Spotter 2 is 6.18 kilometers. So from spotter 2, we need to find 6 kilometers. 6.18. 6.18. So just get a bit closer. 6.18 is there. So I reckon that is where we've got reference point A. Let's just double check that. Bearing is 71 degrees. 71 degrees from spotter number 1. And distance 6.18 kilometers. 6.18 kilometers from spotter 2. There's spotter 2. So the reference points is completed. So I can get rid of all of these. Try and make it as a clear board as I can make. So we now need to do... we need to go at target 1, which is bearing 338 from alpha. So we need to go from here now. And it is 338 from alpha, and bearing from spotter 3, let's see, it is 56 degrees. 56, so where it intersects, right there. Okay, 56, 56. Let me just pick up 3 targets. 1, 2 and 3. There we go. So go back to the map. So we will mark that down as our first one. So that is fine. And I can get rid of target 1. Target 2 is bearing from alpha 304. So from there it is 304 from alpha, and distance from spotter 1 is 6 point... So that's a problem. 6.64 kilometers. Now that could be a problem because it could be there, or it could be there. Yeah, I doubt it's 3 feet from us. It's highly unlikely it's right next to us. But let's just take a wild guess to say it's going to be in there. So I need to go from 6.64 kilometers. 6.64 is there. That is mark number 2. I will double check that. So from alpha, which is here, it is 304, correct. And from spotter 1, it is 6.64. We are going to say that that is there. Okay, that's fine. Target 2 has been selected, and it is interesting. Bearing. Oh, so this is just a straight up from spotter 2, a straight up distance and yeah, just straight up line. We can't triangulate this or anything like that. So it is where is it? 94. So it's 94 degrees from target 2. Oh, from target 2. Sorry. I was going to go for spotter 2. Target 2. Okay. So, it's from this way. It's 90, and it's about 2.3 kilometers. So, it's 94, and it's 2.37 kilometers. So, 2.37, 94. There. Just double check that. Bearing 94 degrees and distance 2.37 kilometers from target 2, which is there. There are our initial targets. So, we've got 1, 2, and 3. So, that's what I think is the calculation. Oh, that's what I think the calculations are. We do have options. For a start, what have I got loaded, if anything? Nothing, nothing, absolutely nothing. Well, we know we're going to need HE. We do have a HC HE, high capacity, large blast radius. Let's just double check our grid here. So there's that. So there are no targets. Well, those are the initial targets. So what I'm going to do, I could just fire, thinking that's where they're going to be. The problem with that is that, obviously, I am firing completely blind at this stage. The recon plane will go over after the first shot. I hope. I think it does. And then after that, we'll get a better idea of what's around. The other option is to use one of our planes now, right now, send it over. If we find multiple targets close to these, we might select a different shell. I think I'm going to do it that way. I'm going to go for G8. So I want this cheaper plane, and I want G8, but I want to send it 90 degrees. Because if you hit 0, it's just going to go... That'll do. Don't need fine control. But if I send it as default, it's going to go photo, photo, photo. So I want to send it across. Does it come from left to right or right to left? I don't know. But 90 degrees should cover all of that. Okay. Totally got that wrong. Oh, look at all that. Oh, and what's this? I think that's an ammo cache. Right. So I have totally got that wrong. I've got that one right. That one's completely wrong. Send a recon to photo strip, check map, yes. Target 2. I think I've got target 2 wrong then. Bearing 304 from Alpha. 304. And 6 kilometers from... So could it be there? It could be there then, couldn't it? Right next to us. Because it did say about... Well, when we checked this, distance is 6 kilometers. And I said... No, from spotter 1. Sorry, from spotter 1. I said it was going to be there. But it could be there. It could genuinely be there. Really? 6.65. That's actually wrong, that one. 6.64. It could be there. That is danger close if so. I'm going to not worry about that. I'm going to look at this one. So, one thing I have to do is I have to check what target that is. There's no counter battery on this. This one is... I think that's a munitions dump. Supply cache. Right, supply cache. AP ordnance is required. Okay, let's get some obvious ones in there. Let's just remove some of these. I'm going to get rid of all this as well and get rid of this target stuff. We'll clear this up. So it's from here, and we need to be dead on with this. Right there. And what we'll do, because, like I say, we're not waiting any there's no real time that we have for this one. Let's get ourselves an AP shell. So AP shell goes that away. Call all that in. Armor piercing shell, minimal burst charge, minimal blast radius. Yes, it is. However, let's go ahead and get the calculations going. So it's only 2 kilometers away. 2.24 kilometers with a bearing of 18.2. 1 charge. Okay. So that's fine. So it is 1 charge. There it is. All the charges are reset because it's not part of the campaign. And then let's spin it back round. This is probably one of the closest we've ever... Probably the closest distance I've ever engaged at in any form of the game. I mean, it's 26 degrees. It's a very flat arc of fire, isn't it? But the advantage that we have is every time we fire, you essentially get a free recon. Which I'm definitely going to use. We already know there's another target that was a valuable one, so we can do that in a moment. I wonder if there's any mutators or something later on where you can just say, unlock the entire map, please. Fire mission is confirmed. Target is AP. The bearing is 18.2 with an elevation of 26.88. The gun is armed and ready to fire. Let's see if I can get the supply cache with the first shot. Here we go. Time to target is less than 10 seconds. And here it is. I'm hoping for good things. Impact. Looks good to me. Target destroyed, 75 requisition gained. There you go. There's more enemy force around there. There's also another supply cache there. Well, you know what? If we are going for supply caches, let's go for supply caches, shall we? Don't need that. What I do need is AP and AP. Okay, get rid of that one. Let's calculate the second one then. And again, this is an endless mode, so, you know, I understand that it's just a case of going until really you decide that, you know what, I'm sort of done with all that. So we'll see how we get on. So we're going to go to 76. 76.5. Only 1 charge once again. I haven't selected the target or anything like that. We don't need to do that. So it is 1 AP. We'll get all this loaded up. There we go, 1 charge. And then the other one's going to be a lot different. So we're on 76. With an elevation of only 24. That's set about right anyway, so that's fine. Then we'll come back to the other one. See, that's locked for loading. Slow that down. Get this to about 24. So 76.5. That. Elevation is 24.84. I trust my judgment on that one. goodness. It's right next door. That's gone again. Okay. Oh, look at that. There is our target point right there. So I did calculate that correctly. Okay, good. We could fire HE there. That's going to be an easy few kills. I'm going to straight up fire over there, though, for the ammo cache. That's going to be a lot harder. Let me... Supply cache 2 spotted. Grid Q506. Q5. Let me double check that again. Supply cache 1 spotted, bearing 69 degrees from spotter 3, bearing 60 from... Hang on, I've already done that one. I don't know. Because I'm just using the map rather than this. Let me get rid of these. Let's do this again. So... and let me put that in the right order. Get rid of that. So it is supply cache spotted. There we go. And then there's that one. Let's see. So supply cache spotted, bearing is 69. -69 from spotter 3. $69. There's also another something here. Target 4 spotted. So it's going to I think it's just going to continue giving me all of these, isn't it? Well, let's see if we can calculate them correctly. This one here is bearing 60 from spotter 1. So it says there. There? Highly unlikely. Okay. I'm going to leave those markers, and I'm going to go back to what I was doing in the first place, which is, I can already see on the map where this one is. Like so. Let's get that one done. So we know it's going to be an AP shell, so I'll just get that loaded straight away. Bit different this time, because it is oh so far away. Which means we need to be a lot more accurate. 11.18 kilometers at a bearing of 80.05. Okay. 3 charges. And 80.5. Yep. Elevation of 44 degrees. Almost double we had previously. Out there. I do want to run a spotter plane just across here. I'm tempted to do it right now. So I'm interested to see where that could be. Let me run it from C5 and along. So C5, C5 at a bearing of 90 degrees. There you go. Oh yeah, so we are genuinely surrounded. There you go. There's one target there and one target there. So that's actually quite comforting in some ways, because when I calculated this one, I said, it's going to be about here. But obviously not, because it would intersected in 2 points, and this was the second one. I thought it can't be that close. It obviously is. This one here, we identified, not overly correctly actually, but it was roughly there. Oh, by the way, I'm just going to just gonna get that sent. So yeah, we've got that one there, which is interesting. So I just don't know how I've managed to get that one there. That's the one that I'm sure people will be pointing in the comments about all of the mistakes. But that's fine. I'm just going to say that is... Yes, we've done that. Let's get rid of all of these. Come on. Darn it. Well missed. Oh! How did I miss that much? That is well off. Okay, let's try that again. From there to there. So it says it's slightly different. I wonder if it's within just the variation. How curious. This is again another reason why I wanted to do the I wanted to do this scenario, because we can take our time and figure things out. So it's slightly further away, same angle. The shell type is AP. I don't think it matters what you set that as, but well, I'll see if it is any different. AP shell. So 1, 2, 3. In it goes. I mean, you can see the variation in the meter. I'm just worried I didn't set the distance correct. Look at that, because it's a fair bit off. I'd say there's inherent inaccuracies with these things. 44.76. Let's see what it sets to on this one. It's ticking over. You can read it out from here. Fire mission is confirmed. Shell type is AP. Bearing is 80.5. Elevation is 44.76. Yeah, I don't think I set the elevation. I just set the. I just put it to about there. I just abouted it. Whoops. That's why we shouldn't be complacent, especially when it comes to artillery. I mean, in all things in life, but especially when it comes to artillery. 44.76, because that could easily cost you a mission. 44.76. Everything is good. Let's see about that one then. That one is surely going to be much better. That's danger close, isn't it? That is so close. It's half a kilometre away. We might as well roll the shell down a hill. Wish us luck. Oh yes. Helps when you actually calculate it correctly, which I think we have. Target destroyed. Another one spotted here. Missed shots. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Right, this one, another AP shell. You can see the requisition we're racking up. And if you want some easy, easy shots, you just start firing into, some of these targets here. And that one there. Those are the easy ones, so I'm going to try and get them. I don't know how I'm going to get that without causing some serious collateral damage. But we shall see. Distance is not 11 kilometers. It is a lot less. It's going to be one charge, isn't it? We can guarantee that. It's hardly any charge. Because it's half a kilometer away. Bearing is 87. This seems ridiculous, this. 6 degrees of elevation. Damn it, that's not what I meant. Let me rotate this around. Degrees of elevation. I think in World of Tanks parlance, this would be classed as a derp gun. Oh! I broke it. Right. Hang on, let me fix it. Don't know if you know what I did there. I set the control here to go really quick, but if you just stop it quick, it doesn't like that. Let me bring this down. Right. 6 degrees of elevation. What do you reckon the flight time on this thing's gonna be? I reckon... And if it shows us on the right, it's 2 and a bit seconds. Exactly that. Wow. Okay. I don't even think the game give me a... I don't even think the game give me a flyover for that, you know. Let me get this thing here. AP. Right, I just want to I don't want to cause collateral damage. I should be okay there. I can probably... Yeah, probably go for direct in the middle. Like that. What have we got here? Yeah, supply cache 4 spotted. Oh, but also destroyed. But yeah, I don't know which ones. I'll be the first to admit. I've got a bit, maybe not complacent, but as long as if I can just see them on the map, I've just been shooting them. That's fine. Oh, this one's a whole 0.74 kilometers away. And it is 332. Let me just hit that. Yeah. 332.3. What a surprise! Oh, it's a little bit further now. I actually need some artillery shells, do I not? I should really just keep that AP in there. Just gonna get a couple more. I can always use the other gun for some HE. Right, so it is the AP shell. It is... Let's see. One of those. Just the one of those. And left. And this is a whole 8.88 degrees of elevation. Could have breached there. To have this all automated is a marvel. Uh, 6, 7, 8, 8, 8. Damn it! Don't do that. Broke that. Fix that. Fix it. Any other leaks? I think we're okay. Right, where were we? It was 3.32. Whoa, struggling this one. 3.323. Okay, HE, fire mission confirmed. AP, should I say? Bearing is 332.3, and elevation is 8.88 degrees. Gun is armed, left gun, and fire. Yes! And no friendly kill. Excellent. That's good. However, from this point, what has been marked is that 2 and a bit kilometers away, 2.34 in that direction is another target. There. So what I'm going to do Gonna get our marker. I'm gonna say there. What's this now? Target's 8 spotted. Grid is K517. K517. Hang on. K5. K517. There. Really? And there's now L8, which is a spy cache. Yeah, it's because it's a constant skirmish scenario. Okay. Well, I want to just try and find this one first. So in the right magazine, we want a star shell. Okay. I can get rid of these. And that one, actually. Let me go back to this, because that was when I accidentally marked it. Red pencil, yes. So there. And there. Now, I don't need to be too precise, because this is a star shell. Distance is 8.8 something. 8.83. That'll do. Bearing is a lot less. 87.9. 87.8. That'll do. 2 charges. The reason, like I say, I'm not being too concerned on this one because it's a star shell. I just want to get some illumination over there. I want to figure out where the next one is, which will be 1, 2, which is what the computer's telling me. Let's get that set. First time we fired the right gun. Definitely the left gun sees more action. Just the way of it. So when that's it doesn't need a new rebarreling or anything. This is going to 53 now. So rotate around, slow it down a bit. Take the momentum off that. And it is 87.8. 87.8. It's slightly different because of the, yeah. This is just a rough guesstimation, which because it's illumination, I'm not too worried. 53.16, 53.16. There we go. Get that set and away. And what we'll do is we'll get the AP in, because this is where I'm going to be illuminating next. Well, this is illumination, so I'm just waiting for that to land. Then that'll tell us where this other priority target is. It's good training, this, it really is. So let's see how accurate we were. There you go. Well off. That's where I want to go now. So, distance is a little bit less. It is 8.32. Sorry, 8.23. Make sure I get them in the right way around. And 91.4. There we go. 2 charges. I've already put the shell in, so it just charges to load. Bearing is 91.4. 91.4. And then we've got the yeah, that one there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to send a scout plane out. I'm going to bring it from D2. Got loads of requisition. Scout plane D2 at 90 degrees. And the elevation of this was... Oh, it's 49. Let's see where the scout plane has been. There's another priority target. And another priority target. Like I say, it is endless, so we'll have to see about maybe taking those out and go from there. In fact, I'll preemptively get myself 2 AP shells. AP shell, left magazine, and then right magazine. There we are. 91.4 is in the cogitator already, and it was 49.38, 49.3, 8, and then this one is going over to that one. Get rid of all these markers. I don't think some of these like that you can. You might have to switch pencil. There is a way to get rid of them. You can reset all markers and tokens, delete all map measurements, reset kill tokens, etc. But this is already the busiest map that we've had. And the fact that we've shot pretty much across the map, obviously fairly accurately as well in some cases, is impressive, I find. So, we want a few more shots this time. So I'm going to go with... Oh, well, there's that one, and there's that one, and there's that one. Well, there's that one. And there's that one. These are the supply caches. These are the ones you need to go for. And I'm going to make a line in the sand. This is probably the last one that we do. I'm going to have to be a bit careful on that one because that's engaged with mechanized forces, I think. I'm going to go there. So I don't need the first one. Let's go for this. So it's 9 kilometers. 9 kilometers. AP. Bearing of 104.5. Like so. I'll come back to the calculations. Because if you do multiple ones, it can just get more confusing. Alright, it's 104 and 54 degrees. 104.5. 4.5. Elevation is 54, which is about what we had it last time anyway. While we're calculating that, I will do the other one, which is only 7.60 with 121.7. Yeah, that's not right. That's on the other gun, though. So this was 50, a bit more elevation. 50, 1, 2, 3, 54 on the nose. With an angle of 104.5. That appears to be right. I'm going to mark that as completed. Let's get the other one in. There we are. So 1, 2. I didn't really notice that actually, that because we are temporarily deafened, we can't actually hear any of the noises really of that loading in because of the, yeah, sheer loudness of the prior event. And impact. That's gone. Okay, this one is 121. Just whiz it over. 121.7. And the elevation on this is broken. Broke it. I broke it. Sorry. 45.60. 45.60. 1217. And I can get rid of that. That should be done. Let me get AP shell. Left magazine. This time it's a bit different. It's right near us. I don't think an AP shell there would have helped. No, I wouldn't have been able to fire something else to get this as well. It's gone as well. Okay. And then finally we've got this. So that is completed. I can remove that. Right. I think we're going to call this the last one. Unless there is, like... Well, no, it did say at the start and it's endless. 3.30 at 183. 183.4. So one charge would do it. What if I was to say 4 charges? So it was basically just a flatter arc of fire. 6 charges. Yeah, I can put 6 charges in. Oh, well, you know what? We're going to try it, right? We're going to try it, because why not? I mean, there has to be an achievement for putting 6 charges in the gun, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. We're not messing around now, are we? 6 charges, look at that. The gun rammer's going to struggle on that one. Okay. 6 degrees arc of fire. Mm-hmm. Slow that down a little bit. And this is going to be like right here. Okay, so we're up to 183.4 and then elevation of 6.60. Fire mission is confirmed. AP shell bearing is 183.4. Elevation is only 6.60. Luckily, I hope there's nothing in front of us. Gun is armed. This is going to be a bang. That was a few seconds flight time, I think. We've completed that one. It's gone, look. It's gone. How many main targets then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6, 7. I make it 8 targets. And you can see we're up to target like 12 and stuff. It just keeps adding and adding and adding. It is an endless one. Right, I think we will say that is a bit of the skirmish. We will finish off our challenge mode today. We're done. 90% accuracy, shots fired 10, totals kills 9. We only get 1 medal, which is Quartermaster's Distinction. Requisitioned and deployed a substantial volume of assets over the course of the mission. We missed out on achieve highest kills per shot ratio across a minimum of 20 enemy kills. So you could have, you know, it's going to take another hour or so just to get all of those. Unrelenting volley, sustained consecutive kills across successive fire missions. I thought we would have got that. And then destroy multiple enemies with a single shell impact. We didn't fire break shell. But that has been that scenario. The skirmish, chill, contested front. Excellent. We're going to I like the difference in pace. Obviously, the counter battery, we were against the clock. This one was a bit of it's twofold. Firstly, we've not got a countdown. Secondly, it's the first time that we've been basically given free rein to go do whatever you think's necessary. And actually, if we think about it, most of those shots, AP on target. You know, the smallest shell type available, splash wise, and we were fairly consistent. Excellent. Next time, continue with the campaign. We're going to do Iron Road. Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. And generic parting.